Well, we're right up near Andado Station. Apparently, like the Fink track's just up there. But we've come to this. Like all just water, which is fine, but we can't tell where anyone else has gone across it. Rolling out of Mount Dare, so we're finally starting off. It was 8:30 on Monday into the Simpson Desert, so 1,066 kilometres until Old Andado, which is the next fuel, next town, next anything. So off to Andado today. It's only like 150 k's away or something like that, and yeah, it's it. So over the levee, onto the bins track, and done. Woohoo! So we finish up the Simpson in Dalhousie, which is 70 k's south of here. But yeah, today should be really easy. There's no dunes or anything. It's just desert road up into an old station. So hopefully a nice day. First dingoes.
Oh, there's 3 of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They look more doggy, but
Yeah.
they're not pure dingo. Yeah. They look puppies. Well, this has been the bins track for, I don't know, 15 k's from Mount Dare, and we're coming up on the border, and it's been good. It's been graded recently. It's a little bit soft and sandy, but it's not anything that would bother any car. So I don't know when it was done, but I'd say just beginning of season maybe. But I don't know if we're in South, I don't know.
I don't know what that was.
Something. We're either on the border, past the border, or near the border.
I think we've just left the national park, which is the border.
Yeah,
sure.
Science.
Well, what are you?
Desert Parks Pass. Here's the border.
Yay!
Border. So it currently has a COVID sign saying that you need to quarantine, which hasn't been the case for about 2 years. It's a nice shiny sign though.
It just changed.
But yeah, now we've just gone, completely different trees, and well, actual trees as soon as we went across the border, which is bizarre, which happened yesterday driving up the Stewart Highway as well. The trees changed, the landscape changed almost immediately on the border. The border is something parallel, I suppose, so it's a latitudinal point that maybe changes things, I don't know. Yeah, very nice, lovely little road, well worth the visit even if you're not going to the desert. What?
Sandy.
Yep. First sand, look! Dune! Or sand bridge, rather.
Yes.
Is it the spin effects? I presume.
Yeah.
Grass effects. Modifications. water.
We'll let him through. Okay. He was still at the gate, TC. You might want to just let him through. Yeah, roger on that.
Thanks, guys. Well, we're right up near Andado Station. Apparently, like the Fink track's just up there. But we've come to this. Like all just water, which is fine, but we can't tell where anyone else has gone across it. Like there's this bit here, which looks really steep and doesn't seem like anyone's gone through it recently, because we just passed like 8 cars. There's no evidence they've been through there. The other one is over there, but that's really long and really sticky to walk through. So we're a bit concerned about where we get through, because we don't really want to dig, and we don't have a winch, and we don't have another vehicle. So, I don't know what we're going to do. I think we're just going to have to, this one looks like the freshest, but I'm still not that sold on it being the newest. Just don't know. I think it's probably our best bet. I've made Mel come to the other side so she can film. And it's just a quagmire. Well, we made it. Now Mel's washing the mud off her feet. It was actually a lot easier than we thought, but being on the fact that we're 500 k's from anywhere, we didn't really want to get stuck. But that's what we came through. Yeah, it's all right. So this is Old Andado or Andado Station on the bins track. Yeah, it's really nice. It's been abandoned for, I don't know, a period of time, and then because the station owner died and his wife moved off the property, and then she moved back a period of years ago and just restored it for people to come and visit. So it's pretty cool. I'm led to believe. We'll go and check, have a look. Unfortunately, it was really dark inside and almost none of the footage we recorded was any good. Next entrance, is that the next entrance? And there's flies. The house is fully set up like it would have been when it was abandoned. It's incredible but quite eerie to walk through. The fires have officially started full time. They are going crazy. It's not actually that many of them, but yeah, well, there is a lot of them, but they're not ridiculous. I'm sure there will be a different story in 5 days after we're sick of them, but that would have been a fun ride coming out here. on June 4th in 1939, Cecil Madigan and his party of merry men set out from here, Old Andado Station, on camels to be the first to cross the heart of the Simpson Desert. Arguably, they weren't the first white guys to cross the Simpson Desert, because someone had done it a few years before in the south, and that wasn't through the heart, but neither was Madigan's, and there's a lot of evidence of the Aboriginals going across it frequently. So he wasn't the first in any means, but still a pretty cool trip. So we are following the Madigan Line from Old Andado all the way across to Hay River Track. Unfortunately, while we were planning it, we were going to do his whole Madigan Line across into Birdsville, but while we were planning, there's been massive rains in the months leading up, and so Eyre Creek, which is the last creek on the QAA line going to Birdsville, is flooded and about 10 kilometres wide. So we can't go across there. So we have to go back. So we're going up across the Hay River Track, which runs down pretty much the Queensland Northern Territory border, going down that all the way down to Popple Corner, on the corner of South Australia, Queensland and the Territory, and then coming back across the French line back into Dalhousie Springs and out to Nadada. So we're going to set off today to do the first little bit. I don't think there's actually any dunes today. Should be pretty cruisy. Up, go and check out the Wadi trees. I think it took him a couple of days to do this bit. It's only 50 or 60 k's or something like that. Go and check it out, and then we hit the dunes proper tomorrow for anywhere from 5 to 8 days. We're really not sure how long it's going to take. We've budgeted a lot, got a lot of fuel, got a lot of water, got a lot of food, and a fair amount of time. So we should be aces. Hope you have fun with us. Rolling out of Andado on significantly more comfort than if we were camelled up like Madigan, and probably travel significantly faster. In his book, he says that camels travel at about 3 miles an hour, regardless of terrain. So, what's that, like 4.8 or something like that? I don't know. So I think we'll be doing a little bit more than 5 k's an hour, hopefully. If not, we're in trouble, because it will take us 35 days like it took him, I think. We should knock it over in 2, maybe 3. And I don't know, to the right. This seems to be the most driven way. Don't know, finding out. We're already lost. Great explorers. As the signs say, you are going the wrong way. Goodbye. Yep. It, leaving the bins track onto the Clark Reserve Park, Clark Park, to see some very unique trees.
Dog.
And a dingo.
Dog dingo. Hello.
Hey, buddy. Wow. Wow, right on the corner. Beautiful. Definitely mutty, but awesome. So we're in the Clark Reserve, just driving through, starting up, and there is these trees, which are incredibly special because they are only found here north of Birdsville and in near Boulia, and they are the Wadi trees, and that's the only 3 places these little tiny pockets are found in the world. They're really odd sort of shrubbery tree and awesome massive seed pods on them. Really cool. Yeah. And then the things at the bottom, which are like somethings.
Yes.
Pepper berries or somethings. I can't remember. Those things. I swear you can eat them, but I wouldn't guarantee it. So we're not going to, because we're a long way from a hospital. But I swear those things you can eat. I don't know. Someone tell me if they know what they are.
It's not even a big one. That's big.
There's big ones. Yeah, awesome trees, and yeah, super, super rare. Really cool. So there's some sort of acacia or casuarina or Something. Someone tell me. They're cool. Yeah, there's only a couple hundred here. That's it. No trees for ages. Track just completely disappeared, and now we're on this twin track, which seems to be going roughly where the GPS is suggesting, but I haven't really seen another track, so we don't know. We'll just keep hoping for the best. There's a gate down here, but it's definitely a road, or not a road, but there's definitely people have driven this area before, so we'll hope this is the way.
Yeah. So on the map it kind of showed this diverted track, and right at the beginning there was a sign that kind of pointed to the right saying Madigan Colson, but we couldn't see any track there. But now we've just come to the other end of it, and there is a bit of a track. There's also a fence. I've just like pushed over the fence, but there's just barbed wire that we've got to drive over.
Which should probably be fine.
Which should be alright, but we'll just play it safe and drive over some tracks so we don't get a puncture out here in the middle of nowhere.
About 5 minutes later, we came across this large lake with no clear evidence of tyre tracks on this side or anyone having gone through it recently.
Stop.
As soon as we drove in it, we started to bog down really quickly. Yep. It was so soft that any time we moved, we created a lump behind the tyre, which brought us to a dead halt, so we had to rock the car backwards and forwards to get it out. Stop. It's fine. Let's try going forward. In first. Yep. While this might look like a really tame thing for a four-wheel drive to do, it's pretty important to note that we're roughly 200 kilometres away from anything. It could be days till anyone else comes through this area, and as you can see, there's no tyre tracks evident. So it could have been days since anyone went through here. So we're always really tentative on what we do, because we don't want to sit around and pay a lot of money waiting for a rescue. Just a little bit. Go forward half a metre and then back. Yep, go back. Stop. Go forward a little bit, then back. Stop. Go back. That's it, keep going. We were starting to feel pretty disheartened. We couldn't see any reasonable way to get around this, and this could have ruined our entire trip. So we thought we'd give it a walk, and we were going to put every effort into getting across, but we were getting pretty worried that we might have to abandon.
So, just came across this little bit of water. Thought, we'll just try it. Doesn't look like that much water to cross, but just got it out of this. Going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. Kept getting stuck, but managed to reverse it back out of it. Oh, far out. And Kyle's watching.
Just that bit. It's like rock through here. unfortunately, just before this, the good camera died. Mel forgot to tell me, so we forgot to film it from outside. So we're making it back each time. We're not digging in.
Yeah.
Shut the window. I hope you filmed that. Is that going?
Yes, it was.
So we just did the sketchiest thing we've ever done in a car, and we didn't think we filmed it.
I didn't realise we'd turned the GoPro on before. Luckily, we had left it going.
So we made it over.
Yay.
Hopefully there's not more of those.
Very. And I had my window open.
Another thing, nothing had driven, whereas this has been driven.
Yeah.
So we just saw a no-through road sign after doing that mud, but we can't work out where else the road could be. But tyre tracks have just suddenly appeared, or fresher, so we think we're on the right road, but the map says we are, but just who knows? Who knows? The start of the Madigan has been like vague as finding any information where to actually go from. So they say you can get to two-way traffic to the start of the Madigan, but to Madigan Camp 5 even, but we're just not entirely sure because there's zero signage. The maps say we're going the right way, but it just doesn't look like it. And we just don't know. So this is looking better though. We're out of the reserve and there's no fence, so we'll find out. We're coming up on the East Bore apparently, and the track has just gotten what we were expecting it to be like for the rest of it without the dunes, but just bumpy and wombat holey and narrow, winding, which is cool. But there is definitely evidence of recent-ish cars through here, which is good. I know there's people that have been out within the last, I don't know, week or two. So there's definitely stuff going through here, which is good to see. Because that last bog hole, definitely nothing had gone through there recently, and we were idiots. But that's alright. But it looks we're a bit higher than we were before, so it looks like the water's gone a bit lower, hopefully. Birds. Well, last time we looked, it said we're like 20 k's away, and I've been driving for, I don't know, half an hour, 20 minutes, whatever. I thought it's a bit weird that we haven't passed it yet, and my map hadn't said anything, so we're like, where is it? I clicked up on the map and it said 140 metres away, and we literally drove past the Camp 1 Madigan sign as I was pressing the map. So we have made Camp 1A, which is, reversing back now, somewhere in my mirror. There. So it's not even Camp 1, but I'll talk about that because I can't remember. But I think Camp 1 is a sacred Aboriginal site, so you can't actually go to it. But this is where we're setting up for the night. Woohoo! got to Camp 1 about just on 2 o'clock, just before 2 o'clock. So pretty cruisy. We left at 8:30 maybe. Had a fairly decent stop at Andado. And cruised up here with that sort of, well, the first bog hole that was nothing, and the second bog hole that was a lot more that we didn't get any decent footage of. We got the GoPro of, but set it here at at the nice start. There's a dune the other side of us, which is over there. And there's another dune way off in the distance. So I think we still go north for a while before we get out of here. I'm just sitting down, chilling out. It's literally got here, put the signal on. It's quite warm, there's a bit of wind, but it's pretty warm down in the sun and even out of the sun. So sit down, have a nice fire tonight, look at some amazing stars hopefully, and get ready for some big days tomorrow. Hopefully I don't come across too much more of that water because that was sketchy. But we'll see, we'll deal with it when we come to it. A group of 4 people just showed up in 4 separate cars, which is a bit weird. But they looked around and did things and said words and then said we're going to head up the track a bit. So that's good. We get the place to ourselves, and hopefully they head up a little bit and we can just get past them tomorrow and just stay in front of them. Pardon me, because they said they're doing the whole route that we're doing, which is nice. So if we can get in front of them, then there'll be someone just behind us the whole way around, which gives us a bit of certainty, but at least there's someone within range the whole way around, which is good. So if something happens, there's someone somewhat nearby. Either they will have gone through or they'll be going through. So